Welcome to the meditation. Today we will be talking about what you can control. And what you can control is your breath. You can't control what she did to you or what your boss does. You can't control how the traffic is going to be today, but you can control your breath. Can't even control when your hair falls unless you do a lot of different techniques. Thank God I'm all right. But the whole point of this is to figure out how we use the breath so we can get into a meditative practice. Now, breath is often used in yoga to evoke some physiological, some psychological, some spiritual benefits. Now, whatever it is that you intend on using the breath for, just know that that is a life force that you have. That in itself is something that you can expand, that you can constrict, that you could feel once it is circulating and activating within your body with intention. Now, when we have intentional breath, essentially, pranayama is that breath that we have, energy, as they say, force. It's the life that we have comes when our breath, from our breath. If you don't have breath, you're going to die. But pranayama is that energy force that we have that eventually allows us to take control of our faculties in our body, that allow us to experience things, that allow us to heal our body, that allow us to become more active, that opens up certain energy centers. And if you're into the science, folks, Harvard released a paper that said once we control our breathing, our subconscious and our conscious brain, then they start to evoke a different energy center in our prefrontal cortex. It just gets lit up. When you get a CT scan, it just gets lit up. So, in other words, the yogis will say the Agni chakra is lit up once we start to figure out how we breathe, once we figure out how we meditate. That's why I'm here to give you the 30 days of meditation so we can start activating these things. So here we go. Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath means, like we were talking about earlier, I can control the breath. I know I'm taking charge of this breath that I'm going to have. And then what it also does is it creates a little bit of heat in the body. It's a good signal to get into a meditative practice. Some of the other videos, if you saw, I just naturally come up, and then I'll show you the technique quickly so then we can go into it. We'll do a little bit of the Ujjayi breath, and then we'll just go into silent meditation. Followed by that, I'll ring a small bell. So when we do the Ujjayi breath, it's got to be long and slow. Now, I like it long and slow. Sometimes we got to go fast and quick. That's why these meditations are going to be fast and quick for you. And it has to be subtle, because if we force it, guess what happens? We're not activating anything. There's pressure. And when I think about this Ujjayi breath, if it helps you, think about when you're mad at somebody. When you're mad, you go, you're irritated. Often that's from my girlfriends, but they end up seeing this reaction from their own body because it's trying to control what you're going to say. It's almost this, they call it the epiglottis, and the glottis in here. So I often do this. Singers, if you're an artist or a vocalist, you can use it as well. So that clears up the channel in your throat. So if you're really angry, imagine that breath that comes out of just your throat with your lips and your mouth closed. And then you continue to breathe in that way. Or you're really, really cold and your mouth is closed and you just hop into cold water, or you walk outside, you're just in shock. Feel that? You're just like in shock. So imagine those instances that happen in your life, and now let's apply it to our throat, but in a controlled way. Similarly, anybody who's working out in fitness, I see you on the bench press, pumping all day, pumping. You pumping. Guess what it is? You pumping and you go, but the ones who can control that breath, who can come back in, you already are breathing from your nose, and then you go, Basically, mouth breathing when you're having an overload of weight is also another way to remember what this Ujjayi breath is. So now, let's continue together. We're going to practice a few rounds. I'll guide you through it. And then you'll go into a silent meditation, followed by a bell to end. You're more than welcome to stay in it. As always, I recommend whatever you do in your day. If you decide to go for a walk, you decide to go to the gym, you decide to speak to your coworkers, getting ready to go take a shower, do it slower. Because awareness comes when you're doing things a little bit slower. Walk slower, talk slower, be in tune. Be in tune with yourself. So now, lips closed, we begin. Please follow along. We begin by breathing through the nose, mouth closed, just through the throat. I'm doing it louder for effect so you can hear, and then you exhale through imagine you're exhaling through your mouth. The nostrils will come secondary, but you're trying to blow the air out of your mouth, but your lips are sealed, like you just can't. You got glue on your lips, super glue. So you're breathing in through your nose, and then you're breathing out through your mouth, trying to push that air out through your mouth. That's the breath. I'm already calming down. This is incredible. Okay, let's go again. Breathe out through your mouth, but lips closed. Feel the air right here. Let me show you again. Perfect. Another way to think about it is, if you need a visual, chest, heart, and then to throat. It's like that. Coming up from chest. Diaphragm. Anybody who's ever done any acting or vocal training or Alexander technique, the movement, we always are going in from your diaphragm. This is going to help it 100%. So here we go. We'll go a few more rounds. Just follow along. We're going to aim for 10, and then we're going to go into a silent meditation. Eyes closed, looking upward. Third eye. Okay, let's begin. So, mudra, by the way, you can put it anywhere you like. You naturally feel where your hands want to go. Mudra as in hand posture. Where do you want to put this at? Do you want to put it here? Do you want to put it here? I don't know where I want to put it, but I just naturally will do what I want to do in that day. Just know that you're just allowing the energy to circulate. Come. 10 times. Keep your eyes closed, or you can keep it open as you like. Let's just follow the sound of my breath. That was 5. If you need to cough or take a sip of water, please do so. Swallow your saliva. We'll do 5 more together. Let's begin. That was 10. Let's do a couple of more together. Breathe in through the mouth, mouth closed. Feel the air coming from your chest all the way through your esophagus and your Adam's apple and glottis. And we exhale through the mouth, lips closed. Feel it in the throat. Inhale. Just stay. Eyes closed. Rub your palms together. Just focus on the center of your forehead. Just envision the air coming from your heart into your throat and circulating. Just envision that air circulating. Chest expanding. Just envision the chest expanding. Your diaphragm expanding. You're no more constricted by life, by burden. You're no more small. You're no more closed off. Your breath, which you've done, is bringing energy back into your life. The breath that we've done is making you more expansive. The breath that you've done is opening your intuition. This breath that you control is allowing you to take control of your thoughts. It's allowing you to see your thoughts. And it's allowing you to get rid of any thoughts that no longer serve you. This breath brings you to your true self, the creative person that you are, the loving person that you are, the peaceful person that you are. And also the warrior that you are, who forges forward, who's willing to withstand anything that life throws at them, who stands for what's right, who has a value for their life, and who believes that they're able to control their mind. Sit still. Looking between your forehead, eyes slightly up.